Hi viewer, in this video we will discuss about ASP.NET Core MVC CRUD operations with AF Core. Create, retrieve, update, and delete CRUD are the basic operations in any application. Applications without any of these operations would be rare. With this article, we will implement CRUD operations in ASP.NET Core MVC application with Entity Framework Core Code First approach. To demonstrate the topic, we will build an application for storing and managing employee details. Please like, subscribe our channel for more videos like this. Create ASP.NET Core MVC project from Visual Studio. Go to File greater than New greater than Project CTRL plus Shift plus N. Then select ASP.NET Core Web Application. In Template Wizard, select Web Application MVC Template. Make sure to select the latest ASP.NET Core version from top dropdown. Uncheck HTTPS option, which is not required in the development environment. Set up database for AF Core. The database for the project will be created and managed through AF Core Code First approach. So first of all, we have to install corresponding NuGet packages. Right-click on the project from Solution Explorer, select Manage NuGet Packages. From Browse tab, search and install Microsoft Entity Framework Core and its dependent packages. Showing list of NuGet packages for Entity Framework Core. Now let's define a model class for employee entity in Models folder as employee. In Entity Framework, the actual physical entities in a database are created and managed from DB context class. In our application, employee context class does the job. To create a table corresponding to the employee model class, we've added employees property of the type DB set. Inject DB context class with dependency injection. In order to interact with database, we need an instance of the DB context class. We can do that with dependency injection. For the class constructor parameter options, following informations are required. Database provider, whether it is SQL Server or MySQL or PostgreSQL etc. DB connection string. First of all, we will save the connection string in app settings. JSON file as follows. Now let's create the DB context instance by passing both DB connection string and DB provider using dependency injection from ASP.NET Core. For that, we just need to update configure services method from startup class. Invoke a DB context method from services collection as follows. How and when this dependency injection works? We'll discuss that later, once we add an employee controller in this project. Initiate DB migration. So far we have been modeling our database. Let's create the actual DB. First of all, open Package Manager console. For that you can right-click the project from Solution Explorer, then go to Tools greater than NuGet Package Manager greater than Package Manager console. Inside the console, execute the following commands one by one. Add migration, initial create, update database. Now you should have the employee mentioned in connection string created as per our employee model. Create MVC controller for CRUD operations. Let's create a new MVC controller, employee controller. Go to controller greater than add greater than controller. Then select MVC controller with views, using Entity Framework template. Select employee and employee context as model and DB context class respectively. The created MVC controller will have all the action methods for all CRUD operations, even though I would like to simplify it as follows. Each of the action methods will be discussed later in this article. Now a few words on ASP.NET Core dependency injection. As you know, an instance of MVC controller will be created once a request is made into it. But there is a constructor parameter context of the type employee context. How can we pass value for the parameter when the controller instance is created by the ASP.NET Core framework itself? There comes the importance of dependency injection, that we configured above in startup class. Whenever a controller constructor needs an instance of DB context, the dependency injection passes an instance. So the rest of the action methods inside the controller can interact with the database through the injected DB context instance. Retrieve list of records in an MVC view. Purpose of each action methods in employee controller. Index, retrieve list of records from the employees table. Edit, handle both insert and update operation. Delete, remove an employee record with a given employee id. All of the above action methods either manipulate the data or retrieve existing data from the database. Now we've to design the user interface with razor views for showing retrieved data or a form button to submit data to action methods. You could see such razor views in Views Employee folder. Now let's retrieve the list of employees using index action method. List of records from employees table can easily be retrieved with DB set property employees as shown above. The collection of records is returned with the function view. So there should be a razor view file index, CSHTML, same name as that of index action method to render the collection of records. We've done that with help of an HTML table using a for each loop. New employee can be inserted with plus button from last column header. The last column contains button for edit, update and delete operation. Now the index view should look like this. Did you see the navbar here? Inside our razor view, we only said to show the HTML table. Now where is this navbar coming from? It's from our global layout view shared_layout, CSHTML. Not only the navbar, the entire HTML declaration and surrounding body and head tag are defined inside this layout view. It will thereby default in any MVC project to enclose all of the views file. Style sheet reference for Bootstrap and Font Awesome should be added to it. Most of the case Bootstrap will be there already, just add the Font Awesome style sheet reference. Add or edit a record. Normally by default there will be separate methods for insert and update operation. Here in this project we've combined them into one. First of all, let's define get and post methods for both insert and update operation with edit action method. And here is our edit CSHTML view for the above get action method. This view is returned from edit action method of the type get. The method returns a fresh instance of the employee model if the id parameter is 0. Else corresponding employee record with given id is returned. Finally, the returned model is populated inside edit CSHTML view. For an insert operation the form looks like this. This form will submit it to edit post action method. We've handled both operations within if-else block based on the value of id parameter. We just need to call add or update method from DB context object for insert and update operation respectively. After all, invoke the entity framework method saveChainCaseAsync. If the operation is successful, we'll be redirected to index action method to return the list of records with the latest modification. Form validation. Inside our employee model, we defined full name property with required attribute, which means the property should contain a value before submitting the above form. Entity framework core validation support many attributes like this. We've checked the validation status of the model within get action method edit with model state isValid property. If there is any validation error, the same form is returned with the same model updated with validation error message. Delete a record. You could delete a record with delete button from index view. It will handle in delete action method. Inside the method, findasync retrieves the corresponding record with the given id into employee variable. Finally invoke remove method from employees DB set property. And don't forget to call SafeChangeSync method, which executes respective SQL commands in back-end SQL Server engine. Thanks you watching this video. I am Sirish Kantamaneni. Please like, subscribe our channel for more videos like this.